Hey Freo fans, welcome to the pre-season show, the first for 2020. My name is Brett from the media team here at Freo, and joining me this week is our very own superstar AFLW captain, Ebony Antonio. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Brett.
Right off the bat, a lot of us upstairs are pretty sore today, and it's thanks to you, Juddy. You run what we are calling a fight club with a handful of us from the media team, and you push us pretty hard with a gym session every week. How do you think we went last night, and do you enjoy punishing us?
Yes, I do enjoy punishing you. I wanted to kick off 2020 with a pretty hard one, so you guys smashed it. It's always enjoyable to see you guys hurting because I kind of obviously hurt myself during pre-season, so it's good to kind of repay the favour back to you guys. But no, you were killing it last night, so ready for a big 2020 for Fight Club. Great,
looking forward to next week. As we film this one right now, it's exactly a month out from our season opener against Geelong. We're back at Freo Oval to kick off 2020. Are the girls starting to get a little bit excited now?
I think so. I think, that, I suppose the waiting period of up till round one, you train hard, long hours, the pre-season program, and we're finally starting to do some match sim and have some scratch matches coming up, which is exciting, but the real stuff is what we play for and what we train for, so really looking forward to it.
Round two brings our first ever AFLW derby now that West Coast have joined the comp. How do you imagine that's going to feel running out again on Optus Stadium?
Oh, I mean, the first time we did back in season 2, it still gives me goosebumps, to be honest. Obviously, the first ever derby is going to be pretty special for WA footy and the landscape of women's footy. I don't think we'll be able to top it. Hopefully, it's a packed out stadium with more Freo fans in West Coast, and hopefully we can get the job done for the fans and kick off the 2020 season in really good fashion.
Now, 2020 will be your first season with the Antonio name across the back of your jumper. You, of course, married teammate Ebony last year. Is that going to take some getting used to, the switch from Donlan to Antonio?
It is. It still is, seeing my name with Antonio instead of my old surname is a little bit weird, but really enjoying it. We had an awesome wedding last year and organised by Kelly Black here at the footy club, which was exceptional, and we're just, I suppose we're lucky to be able to play at the same football club and on this football journey together. But I think it'll be weird watching the broadcast back and hearing Antonio. I don't know what they're going to say. They might even call me Juddy. But to hear two Antonios will be interesting, but obviously very exciting as well.
And we're used to seeing Ebony up forward kicking goals in our forward line. But what's married life like? What's she like living at home with her?
Well, she took a specky the other night at training, and she hasn't stopped talking about it, so that's a bit of a nightmare. But Eps is awesome. We've lived together now for 4 years. She's not great at doing the dishes, to be honest. I have to pick up that slack, but she is handy around the house. So she loves her gardening and hanging stuff up all around the house. So I'll leave that to her, and the inside's all up to me, I suppose.
Well, before we push on, we checked in with high performance manager Kate Starr to give us an update on how the girls are tracking with a month to go until our season opener.
At this stage, extremely well. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but if we compare this year to last year, we've had a little more volume in our preparation and a lot more intensity. So the whole staff knowing the group better this year than we did last year, we've been able to put more work into them, and we're really happy across the board with how the girls are going. So we've really got one more week of intensity, then we back off a little bit so we can get into those practice matches and then straight into it.
Thank you, Kate. Now, Freo fans may have seen a few of your 60 seconds with the skip episodes by now, Juddy. Hayley Miller and Gemma Houghton have been your victims so far. Any reason why those two targets were in your sights?
Hayley's been at the club since I was back in year 1, and I haven't stitched her up yet, so I thought first person off the rank would be her. New obviously into our leadership team as well, so a bit of an initiation. So she was fantastic to interview and catch her off guard, and no brainer with Gem. She's not the brightest crown in the box, so it was good to stitch her up and I suppose show the entire Freo world and Freo fans how funny she is and it was very enjoyable for me, let's just say.
Well, we love watching them. Hayley is a new member to the leadership group, as you mentioned. Can you sum up what sort of leadership style she brings to the group?
Yeah, Hales is amazing. She's obviously quite young compared to myself anyway, and I love the way she goes about it, her work rate, her work ethic out on the track, her voice, and just the way that she's a sponge, learning new things and really taking some of the young girls in the midfield group under her wing, which is really great to see. She's a massive asset for our football club and the leadership group, so I'm really excited to hopefully teach her a few things, but also learn off her as well.
Now, when we go to film those 60 seconds with the skip, you come very prepared, you come with your clipboard of questions, and you clearly put some effort into stitching up your teammates. Is that something you obviously enjoy doing?
Yes, I do. I do a bit of a stalk on Instagram, Facebook, Google search, Wikipedia, you name it. And then every time one of my teammates does something silly, I put it in the back of my mind and put it in the notes on my phone to make sure it's there and I'm ready to pounce when needed.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you've been keeping your local Bunnings in business over the past few weeks. You've put together these two very cool pallet herb gardens in your backyard over the break. Are you very handy on the tools, or is Ebony taking credit for that one?
Well, Ebony was a bit of a control freak on the first herb garden, the pallet garden. The second one I kind of wanted to be involved, so she got me on the grinder, on the saw, on the drill, so I'll take credit for the second one, and hopefully I'm an okay apprentice, but Eps loves Bunnings. If she could, she'd probably work there, to be honest. But yeah, we're there most weekends, either buying plants or buying things just if we need them one day. That's usually her motto when we walk to Bunnings. But no, it's been awesome over the break that we've been able to do some stuff around the house, ready for a kind of busy 2020.
Well, Juddy, we've come out of the festive season now, but what fans might not know is a small side club you're involved with. We've talked about Fight Club, but the Fruit Mince Pie Club, what is that? Who's in it? What's involved?
Yeah, so this started actually with Kate Starr, our high performance manager. She came one training and said, I've found this really nice mince pie. I was like, I love mince pies. And then Wade Spilker heard about it as well, so he wanted to jump on board. And then Rosie Duffy up in media was on board as well. So there's 4 of us in the club, and it went for about 4 or 5 weeks, and we all took in turns to, I suppose, bring one in that we'd purchased. No one was game enough to make their own, but I think in the end we probably tried about 10 or 11 different ones from around Perth, which was not good for the pre-season. I had to monitor my eating habits and my training loads, but it was good fun, and it was awesome to get involved in something like that. That I suppose builds a really good culture when players and staff can have a bit of fun away from the track and have a bit of a laugh as well.
Very good. Well, to finish off, before we go, your good friend Gabby O'Sullivan has sent through some questions she'd like to put to you. Her first one: who is your favourite pet out of the 3 and why?
I can't pick one. I think that's a bit unfair. It's like picking your favourite child.
So who have you got?
We've got Archie is the ragdoll cat. So he was our first child. And then we bought Willow the Kelpie dog. So she's a very beautiful dog that likes to sleep on our bed, which I'm not a fan of. And then we've got Maui, who we adopted, our little kitten, our little stray kitten. So if I had to choose, and I would hate to do this, but if I had to choose, it'd probably be Maui. She's the youngest. She's got a lot of sass about her, and she's the queen, we call her at home. She rules the roost. So if I had to, but I love them all the same, but if I had to, it'd be Maui.
Well, the other two won't be too happy with that. And the other one comes in regards to your pre-game rev-up speech. She wants to know where you get your inspiration from.
Yeah, I don't actually get it from anywhere, to be honest. I don't prepare anything. It's more, I just speak from the heart and whatever's on my mind. And it's usually, I get all my motivation from the girls and I suppose the hard yards that we've done throughout pre-season, and the challenges ahead and the challenges that we've overcome and things like that. So I can't thank anyone for them. They kind of just come from the heart, and sometimes they probably don't make sense, but there's a lot of passion and love behind them, which I think is most important.
Juddy, thank you for coming on this week. We're all looking forward to this AFLW season and getting it underway.
Thanks for having me.
Until then, make sure you head to fremantlefc.com.au for all the latest news and video from inside the club. See you next time.